know, but the one besides Keish that I always talk about, and every time I see him, I tell him thank you because it wasn't like we was enemies or what we didn't hang out together. Was 50 Cent, Mr. Curtis Jackson.
Wow.
Y'all, what is going on with Remy Ma, Papoose, and Clarissa Shields?
This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Y'all wanna know who gets on my nerves that grinds my gears? I mean, grinds them so bad. Is that when y'all think I give it? Listen to me. I do not give a
50 Cent is out there doing what he does best, which is stirring things up between Remy Ma and Clarissa Shields, while they continue to sling jabs at each other. You can be sure that he is acting like the ideal provocateur. This story is very crazy, therefore, let's investigate and thoroughly examine it. 50 shared a strange message on Instagram instructing. He specifically stated, "Whatever you do, don't fight her, because she will get the Blick champ." Despite being a successful boxer, Clarissa Shields somehow became entangled in all of this drama. As is customary in the 1950s, he cautioned her against coming into Remy in person and advised her to keep it online. It should come as no surprise that 50 brought up Remy's infamous 2007 case right away, which had her sitting. 50 wasn't merely acting carelessly when he said Remy might get the Blick because he was unconscious for a minute after firing the gun. Remy Ma wasn't going to leave that unanswered, so let's get into the real tea that made everyone talk. The situation worsened when she struck back. Remy shared some purported text messages between Papoose and his purported new girlfriend, boxer Clarissa Shields, on Instagram. Look at these rather obscene messages.
Y'all, what is going on with Remy Ma, Papoose, and Clarissa Shields? Like, I woke up this morning and I saw that Remy Ma and Clarissa Shields are going back and forth on Instagram. And then, I guess Remy Ma caught Papoose and Clarissa on the phone falling asleep together and stuff like that.
Clarissa allegedly said, "You are the one who is married, so if you can't at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person, it shouldn't be a big deal to let me know you made it home safely." She sounded really miffed in the messages. But wait, this is where it gets even juicier. Remy isn't just sending the text. No, she had to add a little spice. She added a caption that made everyone laugh and say, "Papoose Dumba," and fell asleep on the phone with Clarissa Shields lying in my house. He won't leave. This bee was supposed to be a boxing champion, and she was frightened. She hung up as soon as she heard me speak, but now I'm saying everything, and you're not alone, sweetie. This lady knows Clarissa Shields, and that sorry publicity team has been putting out fake stories on me every day to make me look bad. And he looks like God's gift for too long. I begged Papoose to put out something to stop the narrative, and he kept telling me just stay quiet. Remy wrote on her Instagram stories in an attempt to paint Papoose as a hero. The wisest course of action is to do that. He said, "I would never feud because you are ugly, but don't worry, I saw everything. And now the world is going to see it because you are so tough, boo." Clarissa wasn't going to sit there and take that no though, so she quickly responded, "How is a woman with 2 boyfriends mad at a man who has a girlfriend?" I tell her, "If I'm not the only one, why the hell are you tagging me?" Naturally, Remy didn't take that lying down and clapped back. "Hey Miss Shields, I'm a one-boyfriend woman the same way I was a one-husband woman, and I'm a good woman at that. So why MFS won't just go?" She wrote, once more making it very evident that she isn't out here juggling relationships. She then intensified her criticism of Clarissa, stating, "Ho, and he's never going to buy you anything because he thinks he's the prize. He's a taker, not a giver, and I'm the one with the bag. Please stop playing with me because I'm not the enemy you want. As if that weren't enough, Remy persisted in insisting that she wasn't even angry. Then, to complete it, she included, "I'm not even mad. Actually, I'm pleased. And that's why your boyfriend is mad." Oh. And while Remy and Clarissa were in the middle of their back and forth, Papoose decided it was time to step in and set the record straight. At least from his perspective, he said Remy was upset that he had finally moved on and had repeatedly requested a divorce. Papoose didn't mince words when he stated that he was done with the back and forth, but what really had people talking was his accusation that Remy was lying and implying that she was only resentful because Remy retaliated, saying that Papoose had threatened to call the police on her previously and that she had even accused him of physical abuse. She wasn't merely talking either. She flatly stated that she had audio receipts to support her claims. Just when we thought this drama couldn't get any messier, Pap completely changed the course of events by going on social media and attacking Remy, accusing her of stepping out and claiming that he had been attempting to divorce her for months.
Spread that Remy was dealing with a battle rapper named Eazy The Block captain. And at one of the events, because she has this battle rap league, Chrome 23, and she hosts these rap battles, and at one of the rap battles, allegedly she was hugged up with.
He wasn't done yet though, because Pap went all the way to accuse Remy of sleeping with battle rapper Eazy The Block captain over Christmas 2023. You can see that he didn't hold back when he called her out as a narcissist and clarified that he was done being silent. His caption said, "While I was at home with my daughter last Christmas, this is where Remy Ma was. Now that I finally moved on, she's angry and making up lies." And Papoose still isn't finished. Claiming that Remy had pleaded with him to lie about touching Eazy, he arrived with even more venom. "Yep, you heard that right apparently, Papoose," he said. Knocked Eazy unconscious, and Remy wanted to keep it quiet. He continued, saying, "I still received messages from her pleading with me to lie about the knockout, but it doesn't matter because he didn't return a single blow that turned extremely soft for Papoose." This whole situation got to feel like the ultimate betrayal. Let's not forget that this man held Remy down during some of her most difficult years while she was incarcerated. Pap was out here being a real one, taking care of her son, visiting her frequently, and demonstrating to the world what it truly means to ride or die.
Now we know Remy and Papoose as black love couples. We've been knowing that for years. Pap held Remy down while she served 6 years in prison. She ain't had nothing to worry about because he held everything down from her son to the home and everything. When she came home, everything was cool. After that, things got a little rocky last year.
They were a power couple that people genuinely respected and served as the model for black love. This was especially true when Remy returned home, and they acted as though she had never left. People had a deep affection for Papoose, which they maintained for 6 long years while keeping everything in check and ensuring Remy had all the help she needed to return to the game.
I think it ever there was like a light bulb moment when it went off over my head, like, oh my God, he's the one. But I did notice that he was different from, other guys.
At one time, they were the epitome of black love, a power couple that people genuinely admired, especially after Remy returned home, and they became close as if she had never left. Papoose held it together for 6 long years, remaining steadfast and ensuring Remy had everything she needed to turn her life around.
So, I got one of them here tonight for you.
What is it?
Happy birthday.
This is right here. Papoose's discovery that the woman he had remained faithful to for all these years was allegedly cozying up with Eazy The Block captain on Christmas must have been different, and to top it all off, Remy is now mad because Papoose may have moved on with a younger woman. This is like salt being poured into an open wound for Papoose, who likely feels as though everything he had built with Remy just fell apart overnight, going from being the epitome of loyalty and black love to having their business dragged all over the internet. This is definitely not the fairy tale ending people had hoped for.
What really happened?
What do you mean? Like,
What
as far
really
as-
put you there? What really?
It really was an accident that happened. I was out,
But she can't really talk about it in details.
Oh.
but I can not in details, but I can pretty much say I was out with people like that are.
This is when Clarissa's barrier comes into play, as she holds my gloves rather than only criticizing me online. Sis went to a whole new level. In a series of scathing posts, she openly challenged Remy to a brawl. In addition to telling Remy to stop babbling and settle this in the ring, Clarissa turned the entire feud into a promotional move for her upcoming fight in Flint, Michigan on February 2, 2025. Clarissa came out as Clarissa Shields versus real Remy Ma, and she even slipped in a promo for her Christmas Day film. The fans couldn't help but notice how unconcerned Papoose seemed to have seen this whole situation coming from a mile away. And some people believe that he is just sitting back while Remy and Clarissa were trading blows with the boxing champion standing 10 toes in the mess. Fire inside, Sis is really out there turning beef into business. That's a different level of hustle, and let's keep it a buck. One thing is certain though, Papoose isn't acting kind anymore. Let's keep it a buck. Some claim that he's quietly relishing the attention, knowing that the internet has his back after all the charges. If you're not hip back in 2007, Ray's entire life took a drastic turn to the left when things got real outside. Fifth is giving this whole situation the side eye, calling it a setup from the start. Remy Ma's past isn't exactly clean, and 50 Cent isn't pulling this out of the blue. Remy claimed that over $3,000 was stolen from her purse at the Fallout nightclub in Manhattan. What began as a fight with her old friend, Makita Barnes Joseph, escalated into something much more serious, and she was shot in the torso. Remy insisted that it was an accident, but the prosecution refused to listen. By 2008, she was charged with illegal weapon possession and attempted coercion, and the judge wasn't listening either. She was given an 8-year prison sentence, but Remy insisted that she was innocent throughout it all.
It was court.
When Remy discussed the subject during her conversation on Wendy Williams' show, she made it clear where she stood by stating, "I didn't harm anyone." Do you really believe that every time the DA, the judge, and the jury got it right? Not necessarily. Fast forward to 2014, when Remy left Bedford Hills Correctional Facility for Women in New York. Spending 6 years in prison could take a toll on anyone, but Remy's sister was right there to support her. Almost a decade of my life was impacted by the prison system over the past 15 years. As a rapper, I've spent more time in prison than in the free world, she told The Fader, reclaiming her space in hip-hop like she never left. Remy has never hesitated to discuss how her time in prison changed her. She also opened up about how those experiences continue to affect her, saying she will always remember the people she had to leave behind and the challenges she endured.
Okay, now Remy Ma, she has bailed out of jail. She actually is saying, and I'm gonna tell you the whole story. She was in custody because she allegedly punched Brittany Taylor at the concert that went down for Pretty Lou.
Tell the people who Brittany Taylor is.
Brittany Taylor's from Love and
A
Hip
girl
Hop.
who allegedly got punched.
This situation extends beyond the 2007 incident. Remy's strong personality has led to conflicts on multiple occasions. Let's not forget 2019, when she was arrested in New York City after Love and Hip Hop artist Brittany Taylor accused her of a physical altercation during a benefit concert. Reports suggest that tensions escalated in the Irving Plaza green room during an argument, and shortly after, Britney sustained an injury. She wasn't going to let this incident slide and took immediate action. Despite Remy maintaining her innocence, authorities took the situation seriously. Britney was examined at a hospital, and law enforcement secured all surveillance footage from that night. She was reportedly considering filing a civil lawsuit against Remy. However, rather than avoiding the situation, Remy voluntarily turned herself in and was booked on a misdemeanor charge. This incident became another chapter in her complex history, leading many to wonder about future conflicts. With all this in mind, Clarissa Shields might want to think twice before escalating any disputes further. Remy is known for standing her ground, and her history speaks volumes. While Clarissa may have her own strengths, underestimating Remy could be a mistake. When 50 Cent commented on this ongoing situation, it wasn't just casual chatter. He was making connections based on Remy's past. His remarks sparked debate, with some arguing that he was just being his usual self, while others felt he crossed the line by bringing up past controversies. Regardless of intent, 50 Cent referencing Remy's history added another layer to this evolving drama. Some find it entertaining, while others believe it's unnecessary to dwell on past incidents. With Clarissa keeping Remy's name in conversations and Papoose subtly hinting at more details, this story is far from over. Will Remy respond? Will Papoose share more insights? You already know we'll keep you updated on all the latest developments. So, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned as we bring you all the updates straight from the entertainment world. Don't forget to check out the next video on the end screen.